So, Driving Ape and I watched the first two episodes of It, Welcome to Derry, which is available on HBO, which is through Crave if you're in Canada. And I'm not happy. And first of all, I was not a big fan of the book It. It was very hard to read. It was very disturbing to read. And quite frankly, it put me off of Stephen King novels for a good 3 years. But the movie adaptations I really enjoyed, and so I thought, why not watch this show? It's not good. It's really not good. What they've done with the canon, which there is plenty of because the novel is excruciatingly long, and it's been well established in both the novel, the Tim Roth series, the chapters 1 and 2. It's well established that Pennywise has a 27-year cycle. And yes, while Derry seems to hold on to evil more than other places, the actual appearance of Pennywise is every 27 years. And if we look at the canon, the events happened first in 1957-58 and then in 84-85. The show has decided to set the stage in 1962. So there goes the entire cycle, the timeline, the canon, and everything. The Losers Club doesn't exist. But all of the family names, like the surnames of the original people still exist in some fashion. There is the Uris family. There's the Holden family. There's the Hanlon family, but Mike Hanlon doesn't exist. It's Will Hanlon. And it, there's no Losers Club. And the kids that are thrown together are not at all friends in the beginning. And part of the Losers Club's charm was there were certain sects of that club that were friends for a long time. Yes, Ben was new to town, and Beverly was kind of an outcast at first, but Stan and Eddie and Bill were all pretty close. So that was the basis for the kinship, the friendship, the camaraderie, if you will. But in It, Welcome to Derry, the kids that this revolves around are just kind of thrown together because the show needs them to be in a group. There are two that are friendly, that are friends in the first episode, but they get killed. They get killed right away. They don't make it past the pilot. And now we've got this crazy this chick that everybody thinks is crazy, and they send to the asylum, which is still Juniper Hill. Every piece of the scenery around the characters is the same. But they've decided to completely just change the actual characters, get rid of the Losers Club, but keep everybody's family there. And here's the biggest piss off, okay? I've laid you out the scenery, okay? Now there is an Air Force base suddenly in Derry. There wasn't one in the book. The base was off, like, further from the town. It was not in the town. And they've decided to keep Dick Halloran in the military, which he was. He was a cook in the novels. He was a Navy cook, okay? Now he's an airman, and apparently he's using his shining to help the US government find the fucking space turtle. The space turtle that crashed, that gave birth to Pennywise all those millions of years ago. They're looking for the space turtle to use as a weapon against the fucking Soviets in the Cuban Missile Crisis. Dick Halloran has sold his shining to the feds. Never would have happened. Never would have happened. I'm sorry. I am by no means a King sycophant, okay? But all of the novels, because I've read, I think it's been 3 or 4 novels now that have mentioned Dick Halloran, okay? And had him either as a main character or have told, like, through watching as an observer through a memory, some part of his life, okay? Dick would not have told anybody he was serving with about his gift unless it was like he figured out that somebody else had that gift and he was talking to them privately. There's no fucking way a literal colonel and general would be like, hey, especially in the 60s, just after the Civil Rights Act was signed, hey, black dude with the shining. and Dick's shining wasn't even that strong, even according to Dick, okay? Danny Torrance blew Dick Halloran out of the water, right? If you read Dr. Sleep and everything that happened in Dr. Sleep, like, Dick Halloran was an amateur. Why the hell would he even be he wouldn't be doing that. Like, Dick Halloran got the fuck out of Derry because of his gift, because he sensed the evil and he was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. There is no way that canon Dick Halloran would be like, yeah, US government, let's find the thing that birthed the evil. We can totally tame it and weaponize it against the Soviets. That will never go wrong for us. Yes, I'm totally on board for this. What the fuck is happening? And then there's the descriptive audio. Okay, the descriptive audio is like, I don't know what I did. Sweet Baby Incorporated write the descriptive audio track for this show. I swear to God, I don't care what the skin color of every single goddamn extra is. Okay? Like, every single time a character enters the room, we have to know that they're white or black. But apparently, we're not allowed to know if they're indigenous. Driving Ape had to tell me when there was an indigenous person on the screen, because the described video only told me that she had curly dark hair. And so apparently it's okay to point out black people and white people, but not indigenous people, according to this audio description track. But oh my god, and the whole thing about Pennywise feeding on fear is still a thing, but we get like 2 1-minute long scenes of horror out of a 1 hour and 5 minute long episode. So for 120 seconds out of 65 minutes, we have horror, and then the rest of it is just racism and Air Force shit and more racism and just people ignoring evil. That's literally it. This is a person who got the Coles Notes version of it and was like, I'm gonna make a TV show based off of what I interpreted this to be. They have no idea. Nobody has read the book. Nobody has watched any of the series or movies. Nothing. They're just like, we're gonna put our own spin on this. Ooh, a dude with a gift for sixth sense. I know, maybe he can find Pennywise and the U.S. government can weaponize him. What the fuck? This is retarded. Whoever thought this was a good idea? God damn, HBO. You usually have good shows. Well, except for the Hunger Games. But that's neither here nor there. So that was the first 2 episodes of It, Welcome to Derry, and I might just continue watching this just to see how stupid it gets. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.